It is time now for our Get a Job segment. And we got a full house in the studio here today. Very exciting here on a Monday. Gail Cruikshank, Talent Director, Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation is here. Emily Davis, Epic Coordinator, and Kelti Lorence, Marketing Event Specialist at Park Industries. Epic for Influencer Coordinator is with us today. That's a long title, Kelti.
Yeah.
Oh
Do a lot of things.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about Epic for Influencers. Gail,
Yes.
would you like to start?
I would, and I know you and I have spoke about all of our EPIC activities in the past. And again, for those that might not be aware, EPIC stands for Exploring Potential Interests and Careers. It's a community collaborative that a number of folks gathered together way back in 2018 to really talk about how do we provide our youth with a more extensive career exploration opportunity to make sure that they are identifying what is the best skill set and passion that it can create that job that is the best alignment. And so we do a big Epic Day event in October, but also we added this event, which is Epic for Influencers. And what that means for us is it's that opportunity to really allow parents, caring adults, mentors, anybody that helps influence a youth's decision on a career to learn more about careers from our local industry experts. And so that is, local businesses here that also participate in Epic Day, but they can just answer questions and help those parents and caring adults support their student in those careers that they're most passionate about.
Okay, so let's learn more about Epic for Influencers, some details. Emily, would you like to take it from there?
Yeah, so we are hosting Epic for Influencers tomorrow, which is crazy that we're already in the middle of April. I feel like Kelti and I started talking about this like last week, but it's been months. So it's tomorrow at SCSU's Field House from 4 to 7. And it's really, like Gail said, an opportunity for influencers and students, either one or both, to come and talk with over 50 local businesses about careers in the area. And then also we'll have post-secondary education partners there. So once you find out about the career you want, you can then go and talk to the education and say, what does this take? What do these tuition costs look like? What's the training like? And so you kind of get a very well-rounded picture of, if I want to be an engineer, for instance, what does that look like?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's so it's kind of a one-stop shop.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you're interested in that career, you can see what it looks like, and you can see the education around it.
Yes, very much so. And the cost then, too. Because obviously
Yeah.
we all know that student loan or student tuition is a huge part of a decision sometimes.
It's not cheap.
No,
you're absolutely right.
not at all.
But you can find out how much money that is because you can offset, those, that education payment.
Yeah.
Kelti, tell me about your involvement in those long discussions and how long this whole process was to kind of put this event together.
Yeah, so I've been involved with the whole program since it started. I don't know, it feels like 10 years ago. It wasn't quite that long, but and then this piece of it takes about 6 months to plan. But it's a good chance for the businesses to showcase themselves and for the employees to get those relationships built with the people that attend. So it's a kind of a twofold there. And we expect that if somebody comes, it may be a 30 to an hour long time that they're walking through those business booths and having those conversations. If they know what they're interested in, they can kind of go right to that area, and the businesses will be placed in their tables based on the main cluster of the MDE career wheel that they fall into. But some businesses do. So for Park Industries, for example, we're a manufacturing company, but we also have careers in IT. So we'll have booths present in both of those career pathways. And then once a student goes through and has those conversations, or maybe they're just exploring and trying to figure out what interests them, so they can talk to a whole bunch of different businesses, then SCSU will also have some of their features, I'll say, on showcase. So their rock climbing wall, some of their ping pong tables, and esports lounge. So it's a good chance to learn about the businesses that are local, maybe find a summer job. They'll have things like that that they're talking about as well. And then kind of check out the SCSU campus.
Yeah, chance to find out what interests you, I suppose.
Yep.
I think what's always challenging when you're young is try to see yourself in that job.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So this gives you an opportunity to maybe to do that?
Yep, very much so. It's a lot of, we like to say that you can't be what you can't see. So we have a lot of conversations with our employers about, who would you like to represent your business at this event, and maybe be strategic about that. Younger people tend to have easier conversations with a younger workforce sometimes, depending on the industry. But yeah, it's very much so. If you want to be able to explore what you're at, where you're looking at, and what your interests are, this would be a great place to do it, where you can see a variety of careers in one spot.
And I think, we've had many discussions before about this, is that even if you make a decision, this is what I want to do now.
It can change.
Yeah, that's right. That could change. You could find yourself at 35 years old saying, I hate what I'm doing now. Mm-hmm. And you may have loved it 15 years earlier.
Very much so.
But maybe some of those transferable skills, Gail, could work, that you could go and do something else.
Well, and that's what we also wanted to highlight. Although this event was created for caring adults of our students, we also know that there are a number of people, like you just mentioned, that are all of a sudden 35 or 10, 15 years into their career, and they want to look at something different. This event is open to anybody in the community. You don't have to be a parent of a student or a student looking to learn more. If you are looking to make a career change, this is a great, very no pressure, just conversational opportunity to just ask questions of our employers to say, what kind of skill set do you look for? Maybe some of my transferable skills could move from this industry to this industry, and maybe that's more of an interest. So it's really that community event that we're just trying to help paint a more clear picture of what jobs could look like in any industry, because there's, as we've talked, many misconceptions about different types of careers and industries.
Yeah, so this is intended to try to clear up some of those misconceptions.
Very much so.
So if you're thinking a manufacturing job is this dirty, dark area, it may not be.
It's not at all.
Yeah, it's not anymore.
Not anymore.
That's changed quite a bit. And there's a lot of office jobs involved. There's a lot of technical jobs involved, and these
Very
are
much so.
high-paying jobs, right?
Yes. And I like to kind of point out to that point that, every business needs or has an accounting department. They all have a marketing department.
Right.
So if you are passionate about marketing, but you're also passionate about healthcare, you can marry those two passions in a career. Centricare has a ton of marketing people. So you can, and that's also a way to kind of think about it is, you don't have to exclusively be a nurse or a doctor or whatever in one realm. You can marry multiple career paths.
Right. And does this also give you an idea of what I should go and major in college? And sometimes your minor could be something where I've got this interest, I got this interest. You could possibly do both?
Yeah, definitely. And our secondary or post-secondary education partners will be there to answer that. Because once you find out, okay, I'm interested in whatever the career is, I keep going back to engineering for some reason, but you can then go and find out, okay, what majors would fall within engineering or med school? Like, what do I need to be if I want to be a doctor? What majors are typically an undergrad for med school, things like that.
How important is this to the region to be able to have these kind of partnerships and give people in this area an opportunity?
Well, it's huge. And again, one of the reasons this was created is, again, we want to retain our top talent right here. And so our hope is that, again, some of our young folks, some of our parents or caring adults of those young folks might make a connection with our local businesses. And hope that leads to, it could be, as Kelti mentioned, an internship. It could be just a mentorship. It could be just a contact. So if they continue to have interest in that particular position or industry, they have somebody to talk to. I mean, our employers are so eager to help and support and answer questions and, help those students make those career choices that are the best fit for them. And if they can be of help and hopefully, again, gain some employees because they've made that great connection, it's a win for the region because, again, we're a very diverse region right here in St. Cloud. So we don't have one industry that owns, that we're not predominantly only one industry. We are very evenly represented. And so it really provides our students with lots of opportunities right here locally. It could be just part-time, just until they go to school. It could turn into a career. It could go any different way. And so it really just helps, I think, elevate our local employers with our students to know really what kind of careers exist.
Kelti, how many people do you expect to be at this event?
Well,
idea?
For the attendees, we're hoping to be over 150. That would be more than we've had in the past. And then, like Emily mentioned, we've got 50 businesses and about 10 schools represented. So quite a few people.
Do you know how many people the schools are going to typically bring, Emily?
High schools or colleges, I guess.
Okay, so, well, I mean, since you've got 10 schools and some of them are high schools, some are colleges?
No, they're all colleges.
Okay, they're all colleges. Okay.
Yeah, so high schools, unlike Epic Student Day, high schools don't organize trips to come to this.
Okay.
It's after hours, 4 to 7, so that would be a little more difficult. I would say each college will probably have...
I would say 2 representatives each, but some of the colleges are colleges within the college. So like SCSU has their Herberger School of Business, so they'll be represented, as well as, I can't remember the other names, but one of their science college. So then students will be able to talk to not just like admissions, but also some of those more specialized professors within the college.
Okay. Anything about this event that we haven't touched on you wanted to bring up?
I think the only thing, I don't know if I said this earlier, but this is free. There's no cost to this at all. We're excited to have everybody, and we welcome you to come and check it out.
Yeah. Anytime that works in your schedule, 4 to 7, we'll be there.
Okay. Gail, if people do want to find jobs, how
Right.
can they do that in this area?
Well, we have a few yet still in this region available. Our jobs really do stay right in that spot of about 6,000 jobs open in the 3-county area. So all of these jobs that you'll see on JobSpot are ones you do not need to relocate or anything of that nature. And you can find that on stcloudshines.com, and JobSpot sits within that, along with highlighting all the great things why you should consider employment and living right here in St. Cloud. And then if you do want to reach out to me or any of the folks that work with the GSDC, it's greaterstcloud.com.
Okay, very good. Thank you 3 for coming in. I appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Our guest today, Gail Cruikshank, Talent Director, Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation, Emily Davis, Epic Coordinator, and Kelti Lorence, Marketing Event Specialist at Park Industries, Epic for Influencer Coordinator. The event is tomorrow, 4 to 7 at St. Cloud State's Fieldhouse.